Hello. So I hardly have the urge to take out my phone and record a video, but I do have it. So let's see how it goes, okay? So I just want to speak into something that I recently chanced upon. So it's not like something new, but it's something that I've heard over and over again. So like spiritual teacher or healers or coaches, therapies, not all, but some of them subscribe to the idea that you need to reconcile with the person that hurt you, caused you trauma, and then you have a closure with them, or you forgive them and things like that. I'm not saying that they are wrong, but here's another perspective that I would like to offer. And that perspective is, fuck it. And this is coming from the idea that not everyone is ready to have conversations with you. So if you are in a space that you are healing and you are growing, you're progressing in your own journey, you are reflecting, you are doing the work yourself, and if the other person is not ready to have that conversation with you, is not ready to be honest and say that, hey, yeah, you're right, I fuck it up, and then I've caused you distress, I've hurt you, and I caused you to suffer, basically, right? So if the person is not in that space, is not mature enough to have a conversation with you, and the person becomes defensive, becomes angry, and then what's going to happen next? How are you going to deal with that conversation? And what if that person is no longer around, and if the person has passed on, right? So that was also another reason, like some of the practitioners, teachers, coaches, whatever, they will say that, like, oh, you gotta do it before it's too late. But how do you actually do that? Because if the person is not ready, the person is not ready. And if the person, when you are already, or rather when you are doing the work and then the person has already passed on, then how do you like reconcile? Can you still then move on? Right? I mean, to me, the answer is yes. And the answer that I will offer, or the solution that I offer, or like the coaching or suggestions that I offer, will always be that, as much as possible, do not depend on another person to grow or to proceed or to progress in your own journey. It's not entirely possible all the time, because sometimes we need co-regulation. That's why we have coaches, we work with therapists, we work with someone else to help us to process whatever that we need to process, to heal whatever we need to heal, and to grow. But it may not necessarily be the person who is involved in the first place. So having said that, I don't know about you. If you are hearing this for the first time, if you have been taught or you have been told that you got to work with the person who caused you that hurt in the first place, I hope that you find peace in hearing this different perspective. And if you are the one who subscribe very strongly that, I need to work with this person to close the same thing that happened between us, and it has worked for you, then great, so be it. I'm not saying that one way is better than the other way. I'm just saying that there are many different ways to approach the situation, right? If it feels good to you and it works for you and that person is ready, go ahead and close with that person, have a conversation, make up, hug, say thank you, and move on. But if the person is not, then how do you reconcile with that? How do you progress? How do you process that? So this piece itself is specially just for people who is either not ready to have a conversation with another person or that particular person, or know that that particular person is not ready to have a conversation. And life goes on. Your healing goes on, your journey move on, and you can find ways to make peace with that without needing to go talk to the person or reconcile or forgive. You know, we can actually heal without forgiving someone. We can actually heal and still be angry at someone for doing something to us. And that is, I'm not speaking out of nowhere, but this is something that has tested and proven, at least for myself, for my clients. So it is possible. And here we go. You do not need to go back to the person just so that you can heal and move on with your life. And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, know that you don't need to do that. That's all. So thank you for hearing me for the past 5-6 minutes, and I look forward to more spontaneous, out of nowhere ideas to talk